doesn't stand as toe-to-toe with some of the other champions. Jace, Sejuani, Ryze, Lucian, and Braum. So they have powerhouses in every single lane. And every single lane is really scary. So Griffin, with an extremely aggressive team composition that it's also very powerful at 2 items, but the Ryze is the one that doesn't slow down.
We saw Ryze in his power in some of the other games tonight, so unable to do a great job with the PvE Ryze on the split push last time around. Let's see how it does go here and how the teams clash at around 2 items, jumping into game number 1 at Damwon versus Griffin.
미니언 생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
Griffin getting the bigger tier this time around, so they're going to start off with a win. But a invade spotted, as it was just a spread out there from Griffin, and Damwon are just not wasting any time trying to get the deep vision down.
So this is definitely not like the first series of the night, where both teams were sort of handshaking on just playing defensively and passive, and
oh no!
That's really sad.
Oh.
Every fan in attendance is now
feeling
really
slightly
sad.
uncomfortable. Yeah. This ward over here is going to spot Tarzan starting at the blue team's blue. So Damwon going to move in and take the blue. So vertical jungling here. Tarzan will be able to cover the top side.
And so now Hoyt and Nuclear got to be a little bit careful. Okay. I don't know how he managed to miss 2 there, but it's an impressive feat nonetheless. Just trying to show off.
It's because they were stacked on top of each other. It kind of like...
Too tanky.
It's like he's seeing double, you know what I mean?
Yeah, too tanky. All right, so Olaf will proceed to eat all of the wolves. He'll end up leaving a Bambi behind. And interestingly, both junglers are actually electing to take the Gromp to cause the Gromp to respawn rubber banded, which usually you don't see this happen when you do the vertical jungling. You'll often leave the Gromp so that it stays level 1 and it's not as valuable to the opposing jungler off the reset. And interestingly enough, Tarzan's actually going to reset immediately. I'm curious to see if he passed down to the wolves to just get the reset started and then path north. But instead, he's actually pathing straight to the Golem camp, and then he'll path south so that he's there for Lucian and Braum if they need him.
Oh, look. Yeah, just trying to keep that pressure up on the top side. We'll see where he does go after clearing his red side jungle. We saw that Viper was trying to get aggressive after hitting level 2 first. Now he's getting a little bit aggressive in his item choice. Wants to keep up in the gold by picking up that cull and sword. That's strike number 2 from you, buddy.
Yeah, definitely not a turret shot that you wanted to take. Fortunately for him, Punch is on the opposite side of the map, so he should be just fine. Chovy, meanwhile, building up quite a large wave in mid, which would make it near impossible for Punch to actually gank him at this point in time. Tarzan will be sparked out on a ward. And really, the onus is going to be on Punch to offset some of the pressure, especially after the initial first recalls. He's going to come in here, he's going to try to do it, but in doing so, he's absorbing a lot of XP with Showmaker. I believe that was 4 minions.
It was at least 3, and...
oh man, is he going to come back? Might come back for more.
He wants more XP. He's going to back away. Leave that one where it is. So both the junglers kind of just going about their ways. Just routing, trying to get as much farm as possible.
At this point, bottom lane going pretty even. Ezreal does have the Kleptomancy, though. Both AD carries are taking teleport as well.
Punch and Tarzan spotted here, so both teams know exactly where the junglers are. and kind of just let the laners do what they want in that case. You can see Viper and Lehen's getting aggressive with that aggressive lane that they did draft, partially because of this. Flame having a bit of trouble up in the top side, even though Sword made a couple of oopsies earlier on in this one. You can see how that Jace is working up against the Silas, as you were mentioning.
10 CS lead right now for Sword, as well as lane control. Tarzan knows about this.
Oh boy, 2 TPs. They're going to try to get into this one and force him to flash. Nice interrupt there. They do get the flash, and that's just about all you're going to get. Chovy wanted to come back to mid lane anyway.
Yeah, doesn't lose anything for it either.
Yeah.
Showmaker gonna teleport back in. This is only because if Chovy doesn't push the wave fast, and all the minions will eventually end up killing each other, Showmaker will lose out on a little bit of XP. So combine that with the fact that Punch absorbed a little bit earlier. I mean, there's already a level disparity in mid. Very, very slight. More trades continuing to happen in top. Interesting, Sword elected for a Hex Drinker for the first item, which is going to be extremely powerful, actually, against the team composition that Domwan has drafted. Lots of magic damage.
Kind of waits a little bit to trade onto that one, and now the damage coming out from the Silas Jace. Trying to poke him here, see what he can do, but he's just going to end up pushing Sword all the way back on the trade.
It's a good trade by Flame. Sword ends up warding over the wall, sees that there's a control ward there, and right now Flame may be looking for a roam. Instead, I think he was interested in eating a fruit, honey fruit. As Tarzan trying to get the Clown Drake.
You can see already one of the plates going the way of Viper. They forced the TP out of Nuclear after Viper did go for his own, but still the lead will go to that aggressive Lucian Braum lane down on the bottom side. It's Cloud into Ocean, which is not
Rainy
the best
day.
role, but
It's definitely a rainy day here, Brendan. Very sad. Oh, really close call right there.
it's painting that brush, kind of saying that there's a ward there, but there's actually a control ward for them, so they know there's not, but oh, that's a nice clear.
Yeah, it was a really nice clear. It was potentially going to be a little bit dangerous for him, but it does seem like he should be okay. You can see they really want to do this, but Tarzan is just on the horizon. They also now know that Olaf has indeed been here.
Would have been risky to go for any kind of big dive before that. No flash on Punch especially means that if he gets aggro, he's probably going to go down. Nice trade here from Chovy. The Showmaker trying to bait him into this one. The ult comes out. There's the Shuriken. He's going in and immediately ults away, knowing that he can't pick up the kill.
Now Flame. He has the ultimate of Sejuani.
Oh, we're flashing in down here as Lens can't seem to land that ability today.
So far the game is very even. And remember, both of these team compositions are ones that have very explosive 2-item spikes. With the 1-item spike definitely going over to the side of Griffin.
See how he leaves early, lets the minions do the work. Always kind of like that as Chovy is continuing his domination, denies a bunch more of the gold and the experience from some of those minions that did go down on his push. Also picks up the plate. He's feeling pretty good about himself right now.
Tarzan, he's going to pick up his red buff right now. And then perhaps look to make a gank after this. There's no camps close by. Chovy, very eager to get back to the lane because he doesn't actually have full HP. So now Tarzan and Lehens both looking to do something. Punch has his ultimate available. This is not the end of the world.
Yeah, Tarzan not able to get the stun down originally with that last auto. So he just gets away, just hold off things, and yeah, these teams really do feel like they're kind of just ramping up into getting those 1 and 2 items and just farming as much as possible. I feel like Damwon, especially with Punch, have been the ones really looking for the ganks and the plays, but so far, Griffin have been safe enough to farm up enough and
Yeah.
not get caught out by any of those ganks. Another trade up here on the top side. Will go the way of Sword, although nice dodge there by Flame. Just even trades from the top side.
Not too much really happening here in the game, and with an Ocean Dragon spawning in a minute and a half, I can't imagine that anything too exciting would end up occurring. But Tarzan, he's going to try to make a play happen up here in top lane. And interestingly enough, if they could actually get a...
Oh, here we go. Shelly wanted some action too, but not going to get into it. Lands that ultimate on a Flame. But he's going in. He's still got that Kingslayer. He's going to try to trade it down. And First Blood will go to the Jace, but a winning trade here to the side of Damwon. The axe is going to land, and Showmaker easily able to dunk him on the last side.
And that's a really big win for Damwon. They get a kill onto the Akali. It will come at the cost of a plate going down in the middle lane, as well as some of the experience. We can see that Chovy is very deep into level 9. Cannon wave incoming. Chovy probably wants to crash this final wave, as everyone knows that Sejuani is going to pass into Wolves and then eventually make her way towards the Dragon. We'll take another look at the replay here. Sword and Tarzan, their intention's really good, but Olaf shows up to spoil their day. Now, they do get the First Blood kill and the assist. It's already too late for Tarzan to actually flash away from Showmaker, so he just embraces death. That's what happens sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta deal with it as it comes to you, so. Doesn't mean Tarzan will hold his flash here. We'll see if he can actually make that into another play somewhere else out on the map. Put a bit of banter here from the champions.
Chovy's recall was actually canceled by an undertow on the minimap. And so this will mean that Damwon is going to turn their sights towards the Ocean Dragon. It does come at the cost of conceding the left side jungle, so Griffin, interestingly enough, had no interest in getting that. Another Ocean Dragon will be spawning next. Ring around the road.
Ring around, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
That's some caster synergy.
Yeah, we got it here, day one. This is the charge, but he is going to land that ultimate
Beautiful
after the
CC
stun.
chain.
Extremely easy to alley-oop that over. That will be the kill. Now Hoyt is going to take the blasting punt and be just fine.
The one time he landed it. One time Lehens.
Yeah.
Able to help out right there. They couldn't quite get anything accomplished. Cull already completed for Lucian. Griffin now with a 3,000 gold lead. A lot of this is inside of the mid lane, as well as the bottom lane plates.
And the top lane.
Yeah.
Everybody's winning on the side of Griffin in the lanes. In CC, or in CS, and in plates. It's a ridiculous amount of gold that they've been able to get. And look at this. We're going to get all the plates down here on the bottom side and get that First Blood turret over to the side of Griffin. So they're just stacking up the cash right now.
They have 9 plates currently inside them, 20 seconds remaining. Obviously no one around any of the Damwon turrets, so that'll end up being it. Only 1 plate was captured for Damwon. They do get themselves the Rift Herald, but it's not the biggest victory when it comes post 14 minutes.
Absolutely not. Kind of felt like they were just experiencing too much pressure down the bottom lane. Couldn't really deal with it. Decided to make a play to the Rift Herald, and the timing was off. Now nothing seems to be going right for Damwon as missed there.
Do you think that when turret plates fall off, it's just the people that own the turrets forgot to pay one of their security bills? I think that's what it is. Do you think that they just neglected to pay? And so they said, no?
So they give a piece of the turret instead of
Well,
paying?
they're originally protecting the turret more, but then they didn't pay.
So
So the plating
enemy team
falls off. Yeah.
takes it away from them.
Well, the insurance company
That's
comes
how
and
yeah, they,
yeah,
the
they take it back.
tax man
Absolutely, it's
shows up.
programmed. It's like a debt collector.
You've got an interesting mind on you there. I like where you're going with that one. The lore of League of Legends.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
The lore. I haven't
Into reading
read
the lore.
I actually am. Yeah.
I heard they like revamped the lore or something recently.
Yeah, they have.
When did that happen? That was like.
They do it every so often
Oh, okay.
to fit new champion releases.
I
or
see.
Other stuff.
See, I wouldn't know. I don't read the lore.
All right.
At least we got one lore reader here on the desk. That's good. Kind of know what's going on. The turret plays. As let's see what's going on here with the top lane again. It's going to be a 2-on-2. Going aggressive here on a sword punch, trying to get involved. As the 20 ultimate is stolen, and Griffin just saying, we're not really interested in taking kills right now. We're already up almost 5,000 gold in 15 minutes. Not really much else you can ask for, as now Jovi is just, wow, nice room prison there.
Yeah. Very quick with his mouse. And this is honestly looking like a solo queue game. We're seeing very basic standard rotations and leads slowly but surely increasing. So there's only two things missing. The Nayram and a Baron Crow.
And the chat spam.
Yeah. That's all that we're missing right now to complete this
The
game.
pings.
Pings are missing as well.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff from solo queue we're missing. But your mid laner getting a kill, but still down 50 CS. That is here.
That feels bad. He actually stole away the goal.
He did.
Show me. I mean, I'm not totally impressed, but he has 208 farm at 1650, so he might be a pro player.
Hey, he's pretty good at this game.
Oh, he could die here though.
Wow. Early realm warp as, wow, okay. Even gonna flash out of the way of the mini stun so that he stays in and doesn't get interrupted. That's Toby for you guys. He doesn't really care about his damage percentage stats. He's just gonna survive and out-farm you and win the game.
Now Griffin with almost a 5,000 gold lead here at 17 and a half minutes. Ocean Dragon is up. You can see that maybe Griffin will be keen on eating this one. As they're going to clear out the vision on the right-hand side. Chovy has priority on the bot wave. So all vision will go the way of Griffin. Damwon, they will respond with a Rip Herald on top. But sword is already there. If they kill him, this is one of those miracle Rip Heralds that we talked about in the previous set. That can definitely go on for several turrets.
And you can see that he has to respect the Olaf, so he totally backs off of that one. Not going to try to defend that turret. That was almost down, and you can see that Damwon on the top side. Just going to back off, not going to continue on the push. Doesn't get a second charge. The Rift Herald, no plates, just helping out in that top turret going down. So, going to try to unlock Flame on the map now, see if he can join up in mid lane and perhaps get something done here.
One of the unsung things that can be really problematic in terms of advantages and the way they can be accrued is level advantages. And right now, both the mid laner and top laner on the side of Damwon are behind in XP. We can see Showmaker, he's about 12.8 in terms of level. I'm not sure how deep Chovy is into 13, but Flame, after getting all of this, he also is about 12.8. So it's definitely a level lead in addition to the gold lead present. Rise now at 2 items. You know, I actually like the Morel and Omicron here. The Silas healing, the Olaf healing, the Akali healing. Yeah. This is actually
one of the few times he'll accept it.
Certified fresh Morel and Omicron version.
All right, that's good to hear. Got that LS seal of approval. As he built it fast, you know, second item, just gets it right away. Not wasting any time, doesn't go into anything else like a Zonius, Death Cap, nothing just yet.
3 minutes until another dragon.
This hasn't been the most action-packed game we've had tonight, Ellis.
No?
Yeah.
There's a lot of action.
Not
Depends how you look at it.
Not much going on here. I did like that flash out of Chovy. That was cool.
That was good. That was the highlight of the match.
It kind of was. Funnily enough, like, if you
Sad
think
as
about
is,
it,
yeah.
and you actually say, okay, like, I'm the producer, I'm going to make highlights.
He definitely.
What do you look at?
I think he's leading the MVP point for this match.
Yeah. If I had to vote right now, Chovy definitely wins. As it's not going to be Tarzan. That's going to go wide. Nuclear, though, is not going to get called. Viper not able to angle it in there, but they do push them off the turret and nearly take it away. But the rest of Top 1 Gaming able to group up here and stop it from going down at least.
And for some people wondering, did Tarzan just miss? He went for a Mad Life play.
Yeah.
He tried to anticipate Ezreal's arcane shift or even his flash in response to seeing the giant Toro come over the wall. Ended up whipping.
He was too fast, you know?
Yep. That was it. And that's actually really nice to see. Sometimes it actually is a leveling game, and other times the person is just missing completely.
Yeah, it's like Challenger or Bronze,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
Or Iron, I guess. But it really is, you know. An Iron player could just throw it wide and say, oops, you know, I missed. Whereas Tarzan's actually thinking a level, or many levels ahead.
You know what stream I was watching last night? It had like 2,000 plus viewers or something on Twitch. I don't know why. No. Salty Timo.
Oh,
It only streams Iron 4 games.
yeah. How was that? Was that enjoyable?
I have no idea what I was watching.
Maybe more enjoyable in this game's part.
It was something.
Yeah. It's a good shout out. Should be happy with that. As, yeah, I mean, side of Griffin, they do damage. It's just they're not really trying to force the issue. If they have an opportunity in the mid lane, you know, they're going to chunk someone down, but nobody really going for big forced plays or anything like that so far.
Valdez, I don't have my contacts in. If you turn around, can you actually confirm that it is Griffin and not Jin Air?
Well, yeah.
This game's not having a lot of activity.
Looking around and does kind of look like that is Griffin.
All right. We got a lot of action in this game. 4 kills, but you know, I don't know. I almost don't remember how they occurred.
Look at Chovy CS. 290.
The farming simulator. You know, it's impossible for pro players to break the record
Yeah.
because of the way the jungle camps and everything spawn.
Yeah.
It's really sad. 290 at 23. Ooh, it's okay.
Nice amount of damage there as Viper is going to have a little help from his friend Braum. As Nuclear's really trying to up the tempo here. He's getting a little bit antsy about this one. Wants to get some damage for his favorite Drake, the open Drake. We'll see who is going to make the first move here. As both teams actually have picked up on these Ocean Drakes, and it does look like Damwon are going to begin this, but the TP is coming in from pretty far away, but 5 members of Damwon's trying to go in here. That ult is going to hit Hoyt in the face. They're trying to burst him down, and they will delete that catfish off of the map. But here we go, the follow-up from Silas. Showmaker trying to make it happen, but he gets dunked there. Too much damage from the side of Griffin. They're going to show up and catch up to punch here with the Realm Warp, and that is going to be a 5-for-0. The triple kill goes the way of Chovy. That's kind of what we were expecting once the fight finally began.
Yeah, that's definitely the team fight going over to Griffin. That's going to be the Baron. That's going to convert into the game. And so there was a lot of build-up. There was a lot of tension. It's like watching Yellowstone erupt. You know?
Yeah.
What just happened?
I do that all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Build up that tension.
Let's take a look. So Damwon here, they built up all of this tension this game to throw it all away at the
All
Ocean
Lehens.
Dragon. And Lehens, it's a really nice knock-up right there. Punch just playing ring around the rosy with the Ocean Dragon. Sword comes over the wall, drops his hammer.
We finally made it to the fight.
I'm in total awe though.
뺏겨.
자꾸 바로
다 잡아줘요.
가지 말라고. 일로 와. 야, 일로 와.
나이스.
나이스. 바로 가자.
Let's go Baron.
Yeah, we cut the end of that one.
Yeah. And I mean, when I see stuff like this, though, Valdez, I'm really perplexed. How do you stall the game for so long and then be willing to gamble it all on a ocean dragon? Really?
It's double the regen.
Oh.
How can you not gamble it all away?
All right. Yeah, the region that doesn't matter because your team composition is designed to charge at the opponent in one swift go. All right. I got it.
Yeah, well, it seems like Dalmon didn't get it. And now they're in a pretty rough spot here. 11,000 gold behind at 25 minutes.
And look at the atomization out on the side of Griffin.
We're trying to clamp down, and Showmaker's like, oh boy, Akali's not quite what she used to be, especially from this far behind. How about we try it again here on a Jovi? Let's see what Jovi's got to say about that. Nobody got in with the catfish here. He feels like he got catfished.
Yeah.
Jovi's not going to be going anywhere.
It's going to be the mid tier 2 turret. Falling down now. Sword. Getting the bottom tier 2 turret. This game is...
It's just quintessential Griffin versus Damwon.
Yeah.
Every game looks like this when these two teams run into each other. It's ridiculous.
It really looks like a little bit of a mental block, though.
It is, absolutely.
Where neither team is really willing to do anything, and Griffin just endlessly keeps getting ahead. I mean, that really just...
Let's get that in the highlight
that
reel.
That totally encapsulates the series right there. All right. Yeah. Here we go.
All right, well, everybody get on the bandwagon here. Let's get some kills.
There's pull off.
That's 1 and 2. We got a Spellbinder here on Jovi. He's going to have a little bit of fun. Only lasts 4 seconds, though. And, yeah, Griffin's just going to win this game, guys. Not much of a resistance put up here by the side of Damwon Gaming as they struggle once again up against Griffin to do much at all.
Well, final Nexus turret will fall.
Showmaker trying to up his damage stats here at the end. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. A clean game number 1. Was not close.
That was absolutely... That was a stomp.
Yeah.
That was definitely a stomp. And even though some of the match gank, counter ganks went Damwon Gaming's way, they could never really get a foot in the game. Chovy was lane kingdoming against Showmaker, and as soon as he got out of the laning phase, the bottom lane also just did such a phenomenal job getting all those plays.